So I'm live, I think. Probably all alone here. Haven't really advertised this interview. Good day, everybody. If there's somebody here, or if you're coming in listening later. Today I'm going to talk to a guy called Gabirano. He has a very, very interesting journey. He was quite famous. I'm going to let him explain all these things. I'm just going to do a small introduction while we wait. He had quite a big following, I believe close to 200,000 followers on Instagram. He is a comedian. That's what he was. That's where he got his following from. And now I was gonna say where he's from, but I think it's Swiss or Dutch. So arrest me if I'm wrong, but one of the other. Here he comes.
Hi.
Hey. How are you? I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you very well. Very loud and clear.
Okay.
So
my phone.
On your phone, yeah. You know, we don't have to stay for hours. We are hopefully people will, find the time to listen to this. I haven't advertised this talk at all. I just did it. We just did it live because then I don't have to edit.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's so boring, and it's so easy to get self-conscious when you edit.
And I don't be like perfect and everything.
Yeah, I wasn't that. I didn't look good in that angle. Okay, so that's just. Let's go in. Cold.
Yeah. Well, I have a real problem with my setup because my camera is so high up.
Okay, I'll give you a minute to fix it. I give you all the time you want to fix it, actually.
Like this, I think here is better, but it's. Here, okay. I'm standing, because.
Standing?
Yeah, that's why I'm so new to the.
Yeah, and you are very tall as well. How tall are you? Exactly. How tall are you, Gabirano?
I'm 2'10".
2'10"? Yeah. That's wild, man. I don't even know if I ever met somebody 2'10". You would say you're like you're a head taller than me. I'm about 190.
Yeah, and that's tall.
That's more than average.
Mm-hmm.
So that's amazing.
I was 190 when I was 14. So I'm tall ever since I'm 14.
That's wild. And you didn't end up as a basket player?
Yeah, I played basketball because everybody told me to, and I started at 16 and then I played. But then the trainers, they all got like
high expectations.
They saw like the future. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna get you in the big leagues. Well, you need to train." And then they were pushing me too hard.
Yeah.
So to me, it was too much. I was like, "No, I can't come train 5 to 6 times in the week." But you have to, because you have to get better. And
I know.
I was already doing videos and going out, and as a 16-year-old, you're just discovering the world.
Yeah. This is if you want to it's not your passion. It's not your passion if you're pushed into it and forced to put a lot of time and effort into it. It will never be, or I would imagine it would never be, something that comes Yeah, it wouldn't be a passion.
Yeah,
Maybe.
exactly. It didn't come from me. It came from everybody. It came
Excellent.
from my friends, from my family, and they're like,
Yeah.
you should, you should, you should. And it's interesting, like that. Yeah, it's the first thing that comes in mind to everybody. Sport.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. But you never became any elite athlete, other than
No.
elite comedian.
Yeah, I started doing videos.
Yeah. Let me just let's I while I was waiting for you, I just I mentioned your name and I was going to say where you're from, and I is Swiss or Dutch?
Swiss, yeah.
Swiss was it? I was a bit, I didn't remember. But I can say that we met through the X family.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can tell us how you kind of your journey, more or less, right? Because probably a lot similar like me, and I've actually never told anyone on this channel about my journey, so maybe I should have started there. But anyway, now you're here, and I know parts of it, and that's why I'm so. It's a amazing journey. You had been forced to take some decisions.
Yeah.
Let's start. What led you kind of into the? You said you were like the comedian, partying, this and that. So what do you feel, and how did your spiritual journey start? Would you say, if you can, what led you? Was it just coincidences?
It was I think like the faith that my mom has helped a bit, because my dad is like, oh, no God, there's no God. But my mom was like, oh, there is something, and she always showed me like, if you do good to others, it will come back, and like that stuff is like energy, like what you say, what you do, it always comes back. And I would say when I saw how, like, because my dad was traveling a lot with us when we were kids, we had to move around. I grew up in Ethiopia, but I was born here in Switzerland. But then we went to Ethiopia, and then from Ethiopia we went back to Switzerland. From Switzerland back to Africa, in Burundi, where my mom comes from.
Okay.
And like this moving always had to, I had to change school and change like the environment and everything. And comedy humor was the best, visitor card. Like everybody liked you if you were funny, if you just didn't take anything serious. And that's what I saw. I was like, oh, okay, because I also saw like in the TV, Prince of Bel-Air. I was really inspired from Prince of Bel-Air, Jim Carrey, Mr. Bean, all those things. Lauren and Hardy, the and then I just did this kind of, like, I was just a clown, and I saw that it was the easiest way to just, you can be friends with everybody, but then they let you alone also. They don't really want to be your best friend, but you're a friend with everybody. Everybody likes you. And that was like my protection and everything. And I think this led to me like discovering videos at 14. Like 14. I saw people doing short videos on the internet.
So was it? Where did you start? Like what kind of platform did you go straight to Instagram, or there was maybe?
At the time there was Facebook. I did like 2 videos, but then I was ashamed a bit. And then there was this platform Vine that came up where you could do like the 6 seconds videos, and I didn't have a lot of attention there. Not a lot of people from Switzerland had this app, and just my friends from school had this. Like we were like 14 people followed me on there, and I was just posting videos there. And I was in a sports school because I did snowboarding almost professionally as a kid, like on high level, but I was too tall. And
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say,
yeah,
did you get a special board, or was it like a?
I broke in one season. Because all the boards were too short. I broke like nine snowboards. I was sponsored. That was I was luckily I was sponsored, but it was always like because of the if I leaned back a bit too
Yeah, yeah.
much, it broke. Or if I landed, and yeah, in like the season 2013, I was 14 and I broke my collarbone,
Mm.
and I was in the sports school, so I had like half a day school, half a day for training, so I couldn't train, and then I had like half a day for videos.
Hey.
Yeah, and then I was just doing videos because I had too much time, and I had time to kill, and then that's how it started slowly, and then I broke it the second time, 6 months later, and then 6 months later again a third time, like the same one.
Can I ask you a question, Gabirano?
1 year.
In
Yeah,
in a situation like that,
yeah.
would you say, first and foremost, do you believe in coincidences, or do you believe it's kind of?
That's that's where, like, in that year I was like 13. Bad luck. ah this is the worst year of my life. I was so I didn't know what, like the third time I broke it, I was like, no, this can't be, because the doctor, he said, you can break every bone in your body, but the one we just operated you can't break, because we put a titan stab in it, in the collarbone and then I fell on my collarbone like this, frontally, and then it broke like this.
I've done it
And
myself.
yeah, and I didn't have any pain because it was the third time. I didn't have any nerves, anything to, and
Oh.
I was like, I was down. I was like this, and everybody was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Let's go." And then they were like, "No, you don't look proportional." And then I took off my all my clothes, and then yeah, like when I saw everybody looking at me, I was like, no, it's broken, because everybody was like, whoa, because I had really it
Yeah,
came
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
didn't came out of the, but it just didn't look nice. Yeah,
Didn't look
but
very
then
good.
but that led to doing videos. That was like the first time I was like, oh wow, life isn't that bad, because but it was years later. It was like 2 years later. But I like to do videos, and I was just doing that because I even loved it even more than snowboard. Because snowboarding, it was just because, yeah, I had to do sport, and my dad is a really sports man, and he led me to skiing, snowboarding. He's a Swiss guy, in Switzerland. That's what you do. That's meditating in Switzerland, going
So,
on the slope.
so it's other people's expectations.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
was
right?
living other people's lives
Mm.
a bit,
Mm.
but
Yeah,
but
living for other.
yeah.
Would you? Yeah. So this was, of course, meant to be. I would say. You were meant to start to do videos. Very good. You were forced to get into it full time.
Yeah, I was already doing videos, because of snowboarding. I had to edit my videos, do cool videos. I learned to edit with snowboarding, and then I did sketches. So one thing I learned this thing just for something else. So, and then this, like, comedy, I always wanted to go on stage, So this, like, the videos, it was a really fast track to going on stage, because in Switzerland you have to participate at some competitions, comedy competitions, before you can go to a stage where there are 200 people. It's like really regulated, because you have to show something, that you won something, that you are somebody as a comedian. But I had like 100,000 of followers, so I could do my own tour, and then I did my own tour, and then
Can I just ask a question real quick? What when when you do your sketches on the video, compared to a live, like a stage performance, that's quite a different thing, right? Or
Yeah.
did you have work out your routine and practice, or were you more like just let's go?
Yeah, that was like my videos. I can edit. I can make it perfect and put in video. You can have a unfunny video, and just by editing, it gets funny. But on stage, it was like I went 2 times on stage. One time was great. The first time because I was really, I was honest. I was just I did my first comedy sketch was about my fears and what I didn't like. So that was what I feared the most in my life. Like about I was talking about joggers because I don't like to jog, and like pizza, like ananas on warm stuff. The usual. So it worked. But then my management came, and then they were like, "You're good. Let's do a tour." And then I had like this pressure. I had this pressure, and I had to write in 4 months. I had to write a 2-hour program.
Wow.
And then I just took somebody who I knew wanted to go on stage as well, like another guy who he didn't have a lot of followers like me, but I was doing a lot of stuff with him because he was older, and and I thought he was really good, and then it was a good like contrast with my comedy, and then I wrote it in 3 days because we were procrastinating all the time. We were just going out because every time we met, we went out. Every night, like every weekend. I came extra, to his city because it was Zurich. I lived in Bern at the time, and I always went to Zurich on Friday after school. And then he was like, "Hey, there's this great party. We can go for free." And it was because I had followers, so people paid me to go out. so it was like, how do you say this? The temptation was always so big and everywhere. And then like 3 days before we were like, okay, we should really do something. We should really come up with something. And then I came up with something with some sketches. I just counted. I was like, okay, I just need 10 minutes, and if I could do 10 minutes, and then you do 10 minutes, and then I do 20, and then you do 10, and then I do 20 again, we could fill in the space that's missing. Yeah, and then it was a great show. Everybody loved it. Yeah. Because the second one I did was with professional help, because my management was like, "No, and this time we will get you somebody who will draw you a red line, who will help you with everything." Blah, blah. And but the first tour was I liked it the most also because it was improvised. Like everything, I went on stage. I just knew, okay, now I'm playing this role. I played roles, I played like a Swiss guy, a secretary, a woman, and I played a crack junkie who's trying to light up his cigarettes while being on, because there was this zombie drug at the time, and you just saw like here in Switzerland, you just have so many junkies. Mm-hmm. I just copied him. Some people would say it's not really morally correct, but I only had 3 days to write something.
I think that's it's morally correct. We have become so afraid of stepping on people's toes. It's you can't. 10 years ago, you could joke about anything, more or less.
Exactly. Yeah.
More or less. Now it's like you say, morally and politically correct. everything, it's cancel culture. You can't say this, you can't say that. It's not a good direction.
But at the time it was 2017, so it was like still okay. And then like 2 years later, it wasn't okay. But yeah, that's how it. Like after that, like 2018 came, and I made more money with advertising, a lot of advertising, because my management was always like, hey, you could just make 200,000 in 1 year just by doing 4 deals. And then I was like, okay, yeah, but in those 4 deals you have to do 7 videos and they have to be exactly like they want, and it's not, yeah. And then it wasn't like it was a job. It became a job, and it was, you said you signed this paper, and it was just more and more stress from somebody who just wanted to have fun. I just wanted to have fun, and I didn't really take anything seriously. And then I had to be serious, and so I just went out even more. So I just drank and smoked and just ignored everything I had, like even more. And I did less and less videos, but then yeah.
So actually the whole professional thing, the professional system, let's say, took the passion or the love more out of it.
Yeah, and the temptation just fed and fed and fed. But I wanted to see that world, and it wasn't. It was me who wanted that, and then I saw what it is, and in 2018, I started to like ask myself questions about like how did I get into this place? Like how did I get into something I wanted to do, and now I can't even get out of it, and like all this system, you have to pay insurance there, and then I was just saying yes to everything. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that. I just don't want to hear about it. I was like traumatized of money, hearing money just stressed me out. I was like, oh no, I don't like, because like receiving money, it was okay, cool. It was just a release, but I knew, okay, more than half of it I have to give back to the system, because I signed some stuff. I was young and really ignorant and naive, and then that's how I started like to ask questions. Like I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and then he touched on so many things. In 2018, that was when I started watching podcasts, and then he had some guests on, like Santos Bonacci, and the Eddie Bravo, who talked about Santos Bonacci, and then from Santos Bonacci, I came to Charlie Freak and Josh X videos, and then from there on, like everything opened up, and then I was just every time I didn't have anything to do, I was at home watching something or reading something, or I was just feeding on information, because I had like this, I felt dumb. In 2018, I was like, I don't know anything. Everybody knows so much around me, but I don't know nothing.
It's amazing because it was exactly the same for me. You listen to something that leads to another person, which point the way to another, and here we are, and ended up in the same place, more or less. We are not. It's yeah. That's why I was wanting to know what you felt about coincidences, because I definitely believe there are none.
No.
There's a grand plan.
Yeah.
And we are best just to trust and let go.
That's what I feel now, because when I look back, I'm like, whoa. It's like a script. It's like really, it was all meant to happen, and I felt it also, because in at my peak, I would say I was like, this can't go. It can't go on like this. I can't go further because my feeling is like I can't anymore. It's not fun. So I have to. I was like seeing that I have to crash. I have to lose all of this fame and everything I had. I just have to lose it because it's not really healthy. Like I wasn't ready for it. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
It was overwhelming. And then now, when I told the truth, like last year, it wasn't even a year ago. It was in March last year. I came out. I was like, I can't do anything. I can't, like the marketing and everything. I can't lie to anybody anymore. I can't be managed. I left my management, and it's more they left me because they were like, we can't manage you. And then like, okay, yeah,
you're unmanageable. You're unmanageable.
Yeah.
But again, there's a reason for everything, and whatever happens when it's supposed to happen. So, but you could say that in the situation you were with the let's say the career and the management, and there was money involved, there was income. You lived off this money, right? Of this work. So turning your back to it, that's not probably an easy decision. Or did you feel that
it was easy when I saw what it did to me, because comfort killed me. I did less and less. Because I had money, so I was like, okay, I have enough to buy weed, I have enough to buy food. Let's do nothing for the next 2 months. Because I knew, I have this much money. Okay, the next 3 months are okay. I could just chill, because I just needed. But it's something that was good, because my research got so intensive. I was just at home, like every day, just. Yeah, some friends I saw, but the rest was just I was learning, and then last year was like applying. All that I learned.
Do you feel that the hunger for learning has gone down a bit? Are you more relaxed about these things?
Oh yeah. I just have I just watch a lot of things, like movies and songs, and like all the creative stuff is coming. Like I'm really interested again, like in seeing how the truth in everything. That's what but I have now what is getting at me, because I was in the tropics. I just want to be in nature, because here the nature, I'm still in the city, and yeah, we have a bit of nature and it's cold and everything, but it was so easy there. You just just in the bath, in your, how do you say, underwear, and that's all.
That's it.
Just walking barefoot. It's warm.
That's
what I want now.
Exactly. Just to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
When you stumbled upon, who started you on your, because we have to talk about, of course, the fruit journey. What and which one of the guys, because there are more of them that are frugivores than just the X family and Josh. But so was it a bit from more people, or who?
I saw like it was Santos Bonacci that because I was interested in flat Earth. I was like, how can you? What is there to say that the Earth is flat? So the Eddie Bravo guy, he was like, yeah, you just have to watch Eric Dubay and Santos Bonacci. They talk about it so well. And then Santos Bonacci came up with the whole, he had like the whole synchronistic explanation, how it is in you, how it is in the world and in the universe and everything. And then he said that all the geniuses were vegetarians, and the Dr. Sebi, he talked about Dr. Sebi, and then I started watching Dr. Sebi stuff, but then and then I started like doing like the alkaline diet a bit, and just trying stuff that I saw on Instagram, because I was just searching for plant-based, but I was still eating in 2019 I knew that it wasn't good, but I was still eating, trying, and then I felt it. I was like, okay, that's
Did you play around with like meats and things, or was it more just like cooked vegan foods, or was it like from the raw side, or just playing in the cooked side, or was it meat, dairy, and eggs as well?
Like until 2020, like until the end of 2019, I was still drinking alcohol and eating meat, and not really conscious. And then when Corona came, I was like, okay, this is a good time to learn about health, because there's nothing to do, and I just dropped everything in 2020, like alcohol, meat, and then I tried 6 months without weed, and then in 2021 I stopped with cheese, because I saw like that when I stopped meat I could eat more, because when I ate meat, and everybody told me, Gabi, I don't like eating with you, because you're not appetized, you don't like the food. And it was true. I was a slow eater, so slow, and I had to like get it down. I didn't like to eat meat, but I ate it because I thought, I have to. And when I stopped, I could eat so much. I was eating rice and quinoa, and I couldn't stop myself. And then I saw that it was also because of the cheese. I just watched like the videos, from Sanders Bonacci and Josh X and Charlie Freak. Those were like the most impactful videos. Like when they talked about veganism, I was always triggered. I was like, it's so true. Oh my God!
That's it. It resonates. It is just that's the truth. You just know. You just know that goddamn, that's the truth. You don't just by hearing it resonates, and it feels true. It can't be anything else.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, of course, and probably somebody will hear this and been through the same. But if you haven't, it's quite difficult to explain.
Yeah, you can't explain, because I was listening like for 2 years. I heard like frugivore. And I was like, okay, this makes sense, because okay. And then there are all those arguments when I talked about it with other people that were like, yeah, but the foods are also really toxic, because GMOs and blah. But then I was like, yeah, but don't you think it's better than anything else that we eat? Like it's still better. And then they were, yeah, maybe, but yeah. And then I heard Josh say you have to apply it to know. And then I did the work in 2000, a year ago. In February, a year ago, I bought myself a juicer, and then I started like juicing, had the acid reflux and everything. And that's where and then I started prophesizing on my internet. I was like, hey, fruits, hey, you guys, you should.
So this is when you your listeners started to think, what the hell is going on?
Yep.
But probably they did you lose a lot of followers, or?
Half of my followers.
Half left you, and how the ones who stayed?
Until now, yeah.
The ones who have stayed, have they become more interested in what you're talking about?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are interested.
Yeah.
I did how do you say, second channel Gabirano, and there I talk more. It's more for the food, for the holistic life, and
Excuse me,
they're like,
did
yeah,
you say Gabi raw now?
yeah,
Gabi raw now. That's cool. That's cool.
yeah, and there I have like 1,500 followers, and those are the ones who are really interested in the diet. They're like, oh, okay, I hear some truth in what you're saying, and I always like have so many messages all the time, the same questions over and over again. But it's okay. It's fun, and you have to, like, even if I do a video where I talk about it, I still have to talk about it again because not everybody saw it, and then, but it's
but it's it's good for them and it's good for you.
mm-hmm.
You will be constantly reminded yourself, at least, and this information, this truth, will be cemented in you.
Yeah.
How are you now? Like, are you on the narrow path, or do you have some, not say slip ups, but how do you say? Like you take it as a observation, more or less. You eat something and you know maybe what it will do to you, but you think, okay, it's worth it because I now feel I want to eat this. Or are you now totally raw fruit?
I had like, when I was in the Dominican Republic, it was just after my fast. I had like 30 days of fasting, and I went directly to Dominican Republic, and then
juice 30 days in December.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did like 28 days on juice, and then 3 days water fasting, and then I did the refeed on the plane and everything, and
with plain food.
Huh?
Refeed with the plain food. The
no,
food.
No. I did Tupperwares. Oh no. That was the most fun part. I had like 6 Tupperwares, and my backpack was just full of Tupperwares. So when I took my backpack and everybody was eating, I was like, okay, now I have melon.
Wow.
And then I had papaya, and then I did like the coconut balls, the
Bliss balls.
Yeah, the with Bliss dates balls. And coke.
Yeah, they're amazing. I just made some flapjacks now earlier today. Did you do the flapjacks? Butter.
I did this. That's why I was late. I did like the chocolate strawberry avocado cake now.
Oh.
I put it in the freezer, and that's why I had to pack up, because I just fill up the day because I don't know what to do. I'm waiting to leave Switzerland, and I'm just filling up the day and doing recipes, and yeah.
But that's how it should be. Maybe not, not having anything to do, but life should be just being. And of course, if you're not in an apartment in Switzerland, but in the forest in Bali or something like that, it's a totally different thing. We could just grow the garden and care for our food source.
There's real work to do. Here it's just I had to go to the where you say you live in Switzerland, so I had to like unregister myself. Yeah.
Okay, you can't be a Swiss. How do you say? Like you belong to Switzerland. I don't remember the word. Citizen, Swiss citizen. You're still a Swiss.
I'm still Swiss. Yeah, of course. I have the passport and everything. The residency. That's what I mean. Because I want to go travel. And I was like, if I don't know if it's worthy, like, to be resident for 2 months here and then go again. So I went there, and then they were like, no, that doesn't make sense. If you're just here for 2 months, and then but that's the work that you have to do in Switzerland.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're as well, like, hoping that something will manifest itself, and it definitely will. So I'm not thinking about it too much. I'm just hoping it will be soon, without too much expectations, so I won't be,
Yeah.
let down.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if you answered my question actually. Now, these days, are you are you plain fruits, or do you have the seldom experience of some cooked foods and these things?
I had 2 weeks ago. I had because I still do comedy on open mics. We have an open mic every Wednesday, and in that room they can smoke. They can smoke everything they want, like mainly weed and tobacco. And I'm tall, so the whole smoke goes up, and then they didn't have the
ventilation.
Ventilation didn't work like for three weeks in a row, and then I came home hungry.
Cravings.
I was passively. I got high, and then I just opened the refrigerator, and then the people I live with, they did like potato gratin and potato salad. Well, and I just watched it, and then I was like, okay, yeah, just one bite, and then I ate one, and then I ate like all 3 Tupperwares.
It's
Yep.
strange how that works.
Yeah, and then there was even a pita, like a durum, but it was a vegan pita. It was bread, I knew it's not good. I shouldn't, and then I ate like half of it. And wow, it was so, like, I blew it up directly. I was fat in the whole. I had like the water retention,
Yeah.
Wow, and cramps everywhere. Like I couldn't sleep that night because I had cramps in my legs.
I know. I'm going to tell you something. And this is not about me, but I just wanted to share an experience I had as well. Because I was for a good while, more or less, let's say on the straight and narrow, you rid yourself of all this fungus and pathogens and parasites we have that helps you eat the dead food.
Mm-hmm.
And I have had to go back a little bit to kind of, because I have a wife and 2 kids, and kids definitely are like on the Babylon diet. So I kind of had to go back and try to cook a bit of the transition recipes and these things to get them, along.
Mm-hmm.
So I've experienced, and if I cook for hours for them, I also want to eat with them, right?
Yeah, no.
So one thing I see that, like, when I have this cooked dinner, I'm not hungry the rest of the day. So it hinders me in getting enough fruits or as much glucose as I should, probably, right? So it's I'm not quite sure where to go with that, and not the least, I had a hotel. I don't know if you heard me tell it in the
I heard.
It's wow. The worst thing is I'm going back to this hotel next week.
No.
For a winter holiday with the family. So this will happen again, but it is what it is. So yeah, but like you said, weight gains, and what I see is that I before I could eat whatever I want. People always told me, how can you eat these things and not get fat? And lots of chocolates, lots of food, lots of this, lots of that. Now, of course, I know that it wasn't because I was very special. It was because I had a lot of helpers in my system, right? So now, just eating some cooked foods, it goes straight to the waist.
Yeah.
Like around the waist. Like you get fat. It looks like you get fat.
Yeah, that's what everybody told me. They were like, "Hey, how do you get so fat?" And then I was like, "Yeah, just you go. You're not gonna believe me if I tell you." And then I told them about the red water retention because I have less of parasites in me, and they were like, "Yeah, nah, I think that's the fruits." That's what they said.
Oh
But
yeah. So, of course.
but then I did 3 days of juice fast and then 3 days water fast last week, and then it came back normal, like normal. It's I'm not that brown anymore. And then I started the refeed, and then I did like only fruits, and then I tried like a salad with with cauliflowers, rice made out of cauliflowers.
Yeah.
And then I saw the difference even there. If you just take vegetables, you already have like this. It doesn't go through you that fast, and you have these like the small cramps that came. So it's really only the fruit that's good.
Yeah, I know. I painfully. I've known, and but it's, I don't know how about you, but it's these social situations. Going out to a restaurant, going to somewhere with friends and having something to eat. It's I have to say, it's getting easier and easier, but it's something that's so ingrained and stuck in you, like this is what we do when we're going to enjoy ourselves, right?
Mm.
And other people having some kind of food doesn't have to be meat, dairy, and eggs, but cooked foods, because you can choose not to have the meat and these things, of course. But if you're going to some conventional foods, it leaves a mark, let's say. And so I'm going now. I'm not gonna worry about it until after next week, because I'm going to this hotel and know what's gonna happen there. So, but after that, I will have to do a fasting period, and probably wait for the equinox
in March.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it in March again or so, because I'm gonna let myself a bit go. No, because I have a not let go, but some plant-based restaurants asked me, to do some publicity. Yeah, and I have to do a bit of I have to make a bit of money, and I want to help them, because it's still a transition, and it's if people want to go on a vegan diet, they can see, like, look, it's really good. You can still have the greatest meals, and
it's definitely true.
yeah, it's so tasty. Okay, but then if you cook, you just see, like, garlic and onions is like everywhere. But then if you take it out, you can also do great stuff, because I if I eat garlic or onions, it just burns me. But then 3 days later it's okay.
Yeah. But all these experiences and the ramifications of the experience makes it easier time after time, right? And it has to be this process. You can't, I have done lots of things in my life on pure will, but it's good for so long. You can't go on will forever. So it have to be a lifestyle change, and it has to take time. You have to go back and forth. You have to try this. You have to do this. You have to, yeah. So
yeah, and it's I can't, I don't know how it is, in family, because I was luckily alone. That's why I went that fast. But even that, because I was like a public person, yeah, and everybody,
perfect.
That was my challenge, just to go at places. And then it was funny, because I always had my caddy, to shop. The grandmas have, like, with the wheels.
Oh,
The shopping wheelies.
Yeah.
Caddies. And
Yeah,
I always had that with me, like, the past year. Always with like minimum 3 liters of juice or 4 liters of of juice. Everywhere where I went, I was with that one, and the and my juice. You heard the juice always cling, 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 cling.
Here comes Gabirano.
Yeah.
Um, do you mostly juice or smoothie or eat fruits, or how do you go through your day with the food?
Like the last past days, I did like I always have juice, 2 liters, just 1 liter for the morning when I rise, and then before I go to bed, 1 liter. That's like the minimum because otherwise I have like I don't know, it just doesn't go to me as well, and then yeah, fruits. I have melons now, cantaloupes, and like the small watermelons that I got like at a Whole Foods sale, like a big, where they sell to the
So these
shop.
things, then you eat the fruits, or you're making a fruit salad, or you just eat the odd fruit now and then during the day, like
Yeah,
through the day.
mono is the easiest because if I do a recipe, I have half an hour, an hour.
Yeah.
You know, it's but I do the salads for the evening. Yeah, like the savory. I like doing the pesto. You know, the just avocado, mango, and basilicum.
Is it Josh's recipe? I haven't tried it
Yeah,
yet.
exactly.
Is it
Yeah,
good? Is it good?
yeah. It's the best. It's the simplest. You know,
Wow.
and then you just do the zoodles, the zucchini noodles, and the how do you say cucumber?
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
That was like, and it's all fruits. It's not vegetables, and that was the simplest. Now I did. Yesterday I did the korma sauce with the coconut inside, and then I felt like the coconut fat gave me cramps.
Okay.
But it was also because I worked yesterday. I helped out somebody like to cook because she's a cook, my friend, and she needed help in the kitchen, and I was like the whole day without eating,
Mm.
and just standing after a long day of standing and everything. I just came home and then ate this big salad, and it was too much. I had cramps everything, and didn't drink enough. But it's just this the virtues that I also have to like be aware of all the time. Like, am I
Exactly.
temperate? Am I diligent? Am I doing it right? Just now also because I was stressing about coming live here. So I was doing everything fast, and then I was like, okay, it's okay. Yeah, I can do this in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't have to do it this
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, yeah. And of course, we weren't under anyone's. We could go
Yeah,
on when we want, so it's not a big deal.
yeah, exactly. That's what I had to remind me because I was like doing everything fast, and I was like, oh, okay, no, it's okay, it's okay.
Chill, chill, chill.
Yeah,
So you were brought into this where you met all these beings and you absorbed their wisdom,
mm-hmm.
and you're living the frugivore life, and now you're wanting to move to a climate where the food is available at all times,
Yeah,
and just live, just be.
yeah. I don't know what I'm doing here now. It's just I'm so young. I'm 23, and
Mm.
like everybody is business oriented, like doing money, doing money, doing money. But I like learned in my life that if you just do whatever your heart tells you to do, the money will come because it always came until now. And doing the I wanted to do a juice business, until December because everybody told me to do a juice business because they saw me doing my juice in my stories, and everybody was like, yeah. I don't want to press. I don't want to press myself. I don't want to do the juice myself. It would be cool if you had a company who did this, blah blah blah. And then I was just like, no, the juice is not good if you do it like in mass production it's almost impossible to do it like, you know, the good juice, because we had to take it apart. We were like, no, we will have to juice the whole night. We will have to have like 5 people who are juicing, and then we would have like the slow juicers, and it would be so much mind stuff that I don't
Work.
want to, yeah,
Work.
work
You don't
in the
want to
head.
work. You don't want to
Yeah,
work.
just so people have it easier with the juice, but just so other people don't have to do the work.
Yeah, I
Because
mean the only way if you want to sell juice like that, I think you'd have to have a stand and make it then and there when they okay, I want this one. Okay,
exactly,
5
yeah, that's
minutes.
what we saw. We were like, okay, in the season, because last summer we sold like when it was nice weather, and it was not really often. When it was nice weather, we sold like 30 liters of watermelon juice, and that was easy to do because watermelon is just, so you have one watermelon and you always already have 5 liters, and you do $500 in one day just with 30 liters. So it was like easy to make money because, yeah, but you are really dependent of the weather, and then in the winter you would have to work with abonnements, you know, with people who are who really want the juice, and we'll have to bring it to them, and and it's easier in a country that's warm, at least, to do a business like that.
Yeah, but what we want to do is just not have to. Of course, it's always nice to make juice for other people, by all means. But it is work. However you want to look at it, it's work.
Mm-hmm.
And as Josh says, work in Hebrew is prosecution. So let's not go there. Let's just
job, right?
Job, yeah, job. Did I say work? I
Yeah.
said job.
No, work is war at K.
Yeah.
War with balance or something.
Yeah. I can't wait to understand more of this breaking down of the language.
Yeah, I started doing it on stage, you know, with German.
Oh.
Like, so how I understand it, you know, just because German is really simple. Like a word is self-explanatory if you just look at it.
Yeah.
You know, like beobachten. Beobachten has means to observe, and beobachten, ob is from above. Achten is contemplate, to see, you know, and when you observe, you are like your higher self. You watch yourself from above, from a higher. I don't know. That's how to say in English, but that's how
I think I get you.
Yeah.
We actually have a question from so we have some visitors. We have actually Brother Austin is here. Hello, Austin. He actually wrote us a message saying hello.
Hi.
And we have Damien. We have Light Years Ahead. So Light Years Ahead has a question. Can I ask, does he buy fruit then juice it, or does he buy gallons of juice? You can answer yourself.
No, I buy the fruits.
Yeah.
I have like a big, you know, the bike, the thing you put behind the bike. I bought one of those, and I go shopping with that, like in the night, because it's like the whole food market, like for the big shops. It's open from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. So I just go at 1 a.m. and with my big trolley, and then I buy a lot of fruits, like 50 kilos from of whatever. Like last time I took, papayas, watermelons, cantaloupes, normal melons, dates, avocados, everything. And then everything cost me like $100, but I had like exotic fruits for now, until now. I still have it more than a week.
you say is this like a market where other grocery stores shop their food? It's like yeah, exactly. So you can go there buy without being a grocery store owner.
If when I called, I called them. I was like, yeah, I eat a lot of fruits, and they were like, yeah, it's officially it's not for private people, but if you go, you just have to buy a lot. You just have to buy like a whole box always, not just
Amazing.
one fruit.
Is it organic or is it more like commercial?
They have everything.
They do.
They have organic. They have normal. They have like the cheapest. They have the the ones that come directly with the airplane, but that's really expensive. Like those mangoes are awesome. The airplane mangoes are so good, but it's really expensive. Just one is like $5 or something.
Do you go for? Did you go for the organic yourself, or like is it too pricey?
No, it's too much for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. I just looked that they have seeds. That's all. I always ask, what is the cheapest you have with seeds? And because if I buy organic, I don't know. They also have pesticides. It
is, and who can we trust? We have learned that much that it's difficult.
I still have to put bicarbonate on it.
Yeah, you wash it and you do the different baths with the bicarb and then just the clean water. How good do you? I can confess, I could be better at washing produce. Also, if I peel them, I don't wash them. I know Josh does, but okay, if it's skin, if it's peelable, it's not washable for me. But okay. But of course,
I always try to not touch with my hands. But then every time I look at my tap water, to wash off something, I'm like, oh, this is disgusting. But I don't want to go make extra, with my distiller who only does 4 liters of water.
Yeah, me too.
But what I do is with my douche, with my shower filter, because I have this filter.
Oh yeah.
So I just clean the bathtub, and then I put filtered water with bicarbonate, a lot of bicarbonate. I buy like 60 kilos last year, and then I do like a bath, and that's the best I can do, if for all the fruits that I buy.
Damien asks, what's your favorite fruit? Regards from Zurich, Switzerland.
My favorite fruit.
Yeah.
Right now, I gotta say it's orange because it's so
season.
It's like it's seasonal now. It's in the season, and then it's so easy. Like just to press them. I'm never like when I wake up. I'm not like, oh, I have to do water, like orange juice. I'm always like, okay, orange juice is gonna help me now.
It becomes like a little ritual, right?
Yeah, but otherwise, when it's watermelon season, watermelon. I love. I started with watermelon.
Do you get those big ones when it's season for the 15 kilo ones type? Because now we have like watermelons like that.
Yeah,
and not even very tasty. It's like it's okay, I use it. I use that mostly in my when I'm on my narrow path. I have a salad like for dinner. I mix a big ball of different fruits and everything. This is more like a dinner. Like I feel like I eat and I don't get full because you don't get full on fruit, of course. But
I get full.
You get full.
I get like,
but not like this dense.
I don't want to eat it anymore.
But not like the dense, full, like cooked food full.
Maybe it's because I eat the seeds.
I eat everything.
Yeah, but like watermelon, I ate like 2 of those small watermelons yesterday, and then I was full. Maybe I ate them too fast. I don't know,
Yeah.
I eat them like in an hour.
Okay, but maybe I can say after 2 kilos of fruits I get full, but I don't get this dense, heavy
Oh
full,
no.
right?
Yeah, not the one you want to go.
Not the cooked dense, stuffed feeling.
Yeah.
So what do you feel this journey has done for you, like for your mind, for your spirituality, for
It
your
freed my mind. It freed so much. I freed myself from so much stuff. Even like physically also, like my bed. Even I don't even have a bed anymore because it really hurts my back. I couldn't get out of bed before, because my bed was so short and so how do you say, it wasn't hard enough. So I always had like back cramps. And now since I I live on the floor, on a yoga mat. That's all I
You sleep on the yoga
sleep on.
mat?
Yeah, because my feet always came out of the bed,
Yeah.
because it was too long.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I had like I had like, my body did this,
Yeah.
and then I always had like my, I don't know, my collarbone wasn't really straight, and I always had like lower back issues. And now since I'm on the floor, okay, it hurts sometimes. You can't chill you can't just be on the phone on the floor, because at some point it just hurts because you're just on your bones.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's good. I get out of bed because it
But
hurts.
lot of people would agree with you that and support in that's better for many things, actually.
But I'm looking forward for a hammock.
Yeah.
I heard that's better even.
Even better than the floor. Some
I just
people
have to
say, like,
find
if you
one long enough.
yeah, you have to make a special one, probably some old parachute or something you can
Yeah.
have some sewn up.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you still standing, brother? Because I think it's been lovely talking to you, and I don't know if because I don't like we were discussing a little bit before. I don't do anything in advance for these talks with you or with Josh or with anyone. It's it's just, if you prepare too much, it's yeah. Just let it be how it will be, and that's it.
That's what I do now on stage. I never prepare anything.
That's amazing.
And people are always like, how did you come up with this? And how did you that part where you said this and that? And I'm like,
don't remember.
Said that? I don't remember.
Exactly.
I don't know what I just go on stage and then something happens and I don't know.
Yeah, but that's it's exactly how it should be, and this is trusting and letting go, right?
Yeah.
Just knowing that I don't care. I go on the stage and it will be perfect.
Yeah,
it's
breathe and trust.
Yeah. I've heard, like you say, Joe Rogan and these things, and he has a lot of comedians on, and when you hear how they're working on their content and going back and forth, and it's a big job to make a show.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be the path of least resistance, right? Just trusting, letting go.
Yeah.
And you see, and when you can see that works out like perfect.
When you can feel the room, if you just go on stage and then you ask somebody, okay, what is your name, and then they give you like themes, they just help you, and then it's more personal with the crowd, and everybody feels like, oh, it's just for us, and it is really just for them, because I'm never gonna do the exact same show. And yeah, that's what I always wanted, because I hated like to write down everything, and then when I missed something after being on stage, I was like, I missed this one. No, I wanted to. Then you have to wait until next time you go on stage just to get this one in, and it was always like this. And yeah, I had my friend who told me about flat Earth. he was like the first one that I saw. He just went on stage and started talking, and I was like, oh, I want to do that too. And I asked him, how do you do that? And he was like, how I talk to you, I just joking around, right? And then I was like, okay. And now I finally can do this without like stressing myself in my head before and after the show.
Perfect, right? Yeah. And as you rightfully say, you do your show, and then after people will, and then you don't even remember. You can even watch. I'm sure you can even watch your video or a video of your show, watch it back, and like, okay, did I say that? I can at least, sometimes I write sometimes, or at least did before, in debates or discussions with other people about things. And I felt some of the same things there. You can watch what you wrote, you read it again, and like, okay, did I? Okay, so it's there is something there. If you are the person who are able to trust and know that everything is perfect, and you don't have to think.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. When you are just honest when you write, and then when you read it again later, you're like, "Wow, this is good." Actually, you don't really think about what you want to say, and you just write. That's also what I felt.
I have a question from Light Years Ahead. It's to me, but you can address it to both of us, because it's a question like, please, what can help heal bruises? Thanks have taken quite a pounding. Also, if you're full of bruises, I don't exactly know what you could do, like to. But I can.
What is bruise?
Bruise. I would bruises. I take it like, if you hurt yourself, you get blue, like a.
That okay.
So it would. I would guess, if one is how it should be in the system, those will heal quicker than if you're full of acid, I would expect. But that's not something you can do in a day or two. So do you have any tips for like putting something on bruises to heal them quicker?
I only, like, when I cut myself, I just put fruits on it, or a lime or cucumber or anything. But I don't know if it works for bruises.
No, like if it was a cut or like a bleeding sore or something like that, I would definitely go for bicarb. But being a bruise, like you have healthy skin over it and these things, it's like an eternal thing, right? It's an eternal thing. So, but I have no doubt, if you were alkaline in your body composition, that will heal quicker than if you were of an acidic body composition, I would assume. I'm no doctor, I'm no expert in anything, but it's the best answer I can.
A quick 3-day juice fast always heals anything.
That's, it can't hurt, at least. I hope you're okay. Quite a beating, pounding. Hope it's just bruises and that you're okay. So yeah. Okay, brother, you have been standing on your feet for more than an hour. 17, exactly. I thank you very much. We will definitely talk again.
Yeah, thank you too. Yeah, next time about you.
Yeah, maybe. it would be good to have sitting like a solo and just trying to talk about yourself. It's better to have somebody to spar with when you do those things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I find it also. I did like on my YouTube channel also. I tried to like talk alone like for 10 minutes, and then it was a half an hour or an hour. It was just too long, but then I still uploaded it.
Yeah, because it was perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
It was how it was supposed to be. If you're like, oh no, it's too long, it's because you think it's too long.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
it was longer than you had planned to. So that's it's like, no, it was not what I was wanting. What was I going to say? Yeah, I was going to mention XFAM Unity webpage. Are you enjoying the information and recipes and courses and everything that's available there?
Yeah, I'm copying almost all the recipes. I'm trying them always out, and I film them myself also to like share them with my followers, just to show that there's an alternative.
Yeah.
And like I always go back to the virtues. I always go back to the I do the X yoga.
Yeah, me too.
When I really feel unbalanced, and then it really helps. But it's always, I know I always take like an hour for it. So I always have this mind battle, like, you want to do this now? Really, an hour?
You know what? I don't know. I kind of, because I would also battle with that hour if that was what it was going to take. So what I've done, I said I just made it shorter. I just I don't know the word. Compressed it a bit. Not so many reps, just I go through all the motions, but I don't do it for so long. I'm done in like 20-25 minutes.
I always do them until it burns, or until I just feel it's enough, and then I'm just 1.5 hours later.
Okay. Yeah, then you are more or less going into meditation by that stage.
Yeah, maybe it's that.
I just, I do it for the stretch. I wake up before everybody else. Like I have I wake up like 5:45 a.m. Like right, and I do this routine before the other people wake up. The rest of the family wake up.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Because I find it's a bit the best time to do it. If I have to do it during the day, it's like you say, it's like, okay, I feel like I have other things that can be, done. But if I do it this early, then it's like, yeah.
On an empty stomach. That's also when I do it. I like to do it when I have nothing, because I can breathe better also.
Yeah. Do you do any other like workout or training?
No, I have to be honest. I don't really. That's where I'm lacking. I don't have the necessary. It's always when I feel weak, then I do it, and I do it like maybe I do it often, like 2 times a week, but not like every day. As a routine. I don't have it.
I don't know what to make of it, other than for me, in my case, I many a time tried to start train, and done some weeks, and but I don't understand. There's some resistance there, right? And I'm very simple. I made a pact with myself. I'd say if there's resistance, if there's something I really don't want to do, I shouldn't do it. And then one can say, of course, this is being lazy.
Yeah.
But I think it's easier.
It's being smart.
I think so.
Yeah.
If it because looking back on my life and all the things that happen, if I'm meant to do it, I will want to do it. if I don't want to do it, then it's not meant to be. Because if I'm meant to do something, the universe can't just not give me the the want to do it.
Yeah, the will. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At least that's how I look at it. If
Me too.
if
I feel you.
yeah. So if it was.
But you used to do like a lot of workout, right?
Yeah, I was a bodybuilder, like Josh, actually, competing bodybuilder.
So where did the will come? You had more will then?
Yeah. Then it was like, of course, late in the, let's say, career, that was more or less, on feeling that you had to.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much pleasure in my later years of training. Let's say like in the beginning, when it's a passion,
Mm-hmm.
and when things is a passion, then you have you don't have to talk yourself into going to the gym. You want to go to the gym. So,
and when it's a habit of also, when it's in your everyday life.
Yeah, that's also something, when you get to the place where you've done things enough times that it's like a routine. But in the same time, if you go there and you really don't want to, you feel you have to, because you feel, or let's talk about myself, I feel I have to because I feel that I have to have a different body than what I have now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
So maybe I would like to have a little more muscle than what I have, look a bit more fit than what I do now, because like I said, this cooked food now without my helpers in the system goes straight to the waste. So now I'm kind of, in my eyes, skinny and fat.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Skinny.
And now you have a better way, better way to get that fat out of the system than the gym.
Definitely. And you know what? I don't have to. But it started to become like when you feel it's starting to become difficult to live. Also, not that sounds bad. Difficult to to just do what you before looked like simple work. Maybe lift something, do something, do some physical work. When that's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Do you feel that like, okay, but again, can be thoughts that's just messing with you. All you need strength for is actually to be able to pick the fruits.
Yeah.
And sit.
But I feel strong. That's why I don't really need. I feel like I don't need to train, because it's only when I feel a bit weak, or I want to detox something out, or I just want to sweat, then I do a workout, like the posture from the xcommunity.com. If I do that with weights, I start to, and if I go to the limit, like if I just do it until it burns and everything, I start to sweat and I feel good because of the what is that, the endorphins or something. And but when I feel good because of the juices and anything else, and just because I wasn't really thinking that day, I don't have to balance myself because I feel balanced.
Yeah, it's definitely a balance. Everything is a balance. So it's yeah. Luckily, everything is perfect at all times. We don't have to think about it. If we don't think it's perfect, it's because we have expectations.
Yeah.
So let's not have them.
Yeah, I stopped having expectations.
Good. Brother, I'm gonna say thank you very much for your time. So hopefully some find this inspirational. Of course, we've been talking much about the food journey because that's the most important thing. Maybe, because I don't know about you, but I felt a lot of things came more or less automatically for me after, you go on the food journey.
Yeah.
On the
It's the
spiritual
biggest
side.
reprogramming,
Yeah.
because everything becomes clear because the body's clear, so the thoughts are clear, and then everything just, you don't have to like search for it, because you just have to have like 3 thought patterns, and then you come on the logical solution, like, because it comes out of the fruits, out of nature.
And, getting rid of all the other things, cleaning it out of your system.
Yeah.
It's strange. Sometimes, when now I've been eating cooked foods for a while because I make these dinners, as I said. But before I started doing that, and if I had the occasional experience,
Yeah.
when I didn't, when the experience was done, I went back to the fruits, starting to eat fruits and drinking smoothies and juice and these things, and then it's like when this food passes, out of your system, it's like you feel it, or I feel it. Do you understand? When you go to the crapper and you load off, and then when this is done, you feel like so lighter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, whew! It's like you pass something that's definitely not in your best interest.
This dense feeling, yeah.
Yeah. But now, sadly, I've been, like I said, eating cooked foods every day now, so it's been a while. It's been a while since I actually felt this.
Like the 3 first weeks when I was in Dom Rep, I only ate the 3 first days of the first week. Sorry, I only ate papayas, so it just came out so quick. Like after 1 hour, 2 hours, it just was just out of my system, and I just felt so light, and I was really skinny. I could see like every like bone in my skeleton, everything was. I was really like a skeleton, but I felt so like I had energy and light. I was like, I'm 2 meters 10, and I weighed 78 kilos.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I was, and just to answer, because Light Years Ahead has a question to me about training and these things. So I trained a lot before. Last bodybuilding competition I did was in 2003, I believe, and then it's been not very much training after that. I try, like I said before, I try sometimes, but there's something there. I think I'm not meant to. Easy as that. I'm not meant to. I don't need to, or whatever it is. But for me and my journey, whatever's coming down the road, I don't need that. I think, or it's just being lazy, like I said. But I don't know.
That's what I felt also. I always felt like I never had this wanting to be big, never, because I always was tall. I was like, oh, I am already big. I don't have to. Like, people have problems with me from far. Like they don't like me from far. Like I remember I was at this one party when I was 15, and a guy. I just looked at a guy from far, and I thought I knew him, and he was in a group with some friends, and then he looked at me, and he thought I was a problem because he was drunk, and then he came and he was like, "Hey, he's looking at me," and then he came up to me and he was like, "Whoa, you're so tall!" He forgot everything, and I never had like this. I had like this security of my height is a big plus. Yeah. And I don't have to be bigger, but everybody comes to me and they're like, "Hey, you're so tall. If you would be even bigger." So, like, everybody has a better plan with my height than me.
that was some of my let's say plan also, or like, because I've never been like a fighter. or a violent person, or I don't like fighting.
Mm.
So my thought was like, if I'm big enough, I would never have to fight.
Ah.
So I was pumping iron, per training, and I was like, I was for a longer period of time, like let's say like a match weight where the body is settled, and I was stable on that weight. It was about 148 kilos, and then I was like not fat. I was 148 kilos of muscle, like abdominal, like abs and everything.
Wow.
And after the last fast, I was 83 kilos. So that's it's a person more or less.
Yeah.
So he's asking also how long have I been on this healthy way of being. I think about like same like Gabirano. I think I'm more or less 2 years. More or less probably a bit about more than 2 years since I put away the meat at least. I've had some experiences on the way, but that's when I like put away that and started the raw plant-based journey. But as I said before, when you do that, if you find this to resonate and you feel like you want to go on this journey, amazing, perfect, you will never regret it. But don't be too hard on yourself. Like you can have a go back to what you ate before, but when you do, be sure to feel and observe what this does to you, how you feel, and these things. So, and slowly, gradually, you will go in the right direction.
Yeah.
But a good start.
What I saw with my bad thoughts about myself when I was really hard on myself when I went back to some, like, when I started, I was like 3 weeks in the juice fast, and then I started to cook foods again after the juice fast like a year ago, and then I started like having bad thoughts. I was like, oh no, now you're going back. You're letting your ego take over, and then you attract those problems in your life. And then I saw all the problems coming into my life, but it wasn't problems, as I learned after, because it was an experience also. I had to learn from that. But I was like, it's because I'm eating cooked foods that I'm having all these problems in my life. Because the police were searching me for a moment because I didn't tell them where I was. I gave a false address. I was in the whole law stuff, so I was testing that stuff. But it only gave me more problems because I was trying to do all the I'm a man. I'm not a person and everything.
But did you take it far?
Yeah, I started with the paperwork, with doing the whole legal,
life claim, or
how do you say? Yeah, exactly. I wanted to do like the living man life, like the official paper and everything. But then it was so much stuff, so much paper, and it was even more than what the government gives you. And then I stopped that, and I started doing it my own way, with the knowledge I had. And then every time they asked for a mask, I was like, no, and then it's also the energy you have to like now. How I would react now with police, I would just play like a girl, like a woman who doesn't know. They're like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. And then you just have to like let them take over with their ego, because they love to be, the helper, the above you. So you have to let them a bit, That's how now I'm operating. But in the beginning, I was like resisting, like, no, I have my rights. I know my rights. No, you can't do this. I'm not a person. What is your name? I am me, and everything. And then they took me to the police and to the center and everything. But I didn't talk. They couldn't do anything, of course. But it was just more drama than just you know, not complying, but just acting, you know, as being playing dumb.
Yeah. Hopefully this will get easier as we go along, but it is definitely interesting. I think
Yeah.
I believe there's, you know, I want to say freedom, but it can get into a lot of hassle as well. But I hear about more and more people who try these things out and take it quite far.
What? How
No,
with law?
yeah, the law.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people who do this, but it's like I'm not that left-brained for that. I'm not that kind of person, man. I know a lot of people who are always filming, and then they upload on the YouTube, and they always get away with it. But yeah, I just prefer not talking. If I ever get in that situation, just I don't answer questions, and then sometimes they let you go, and sometimes you just have to go with them because they don't know better, and then they let you go again.
Sooner or later they let you go, at least.
Yeah, exactly, because they can't get anything out of you, because I think the contract starts when you talk or when you say your name or something, and when you sit down, yeah, there's so many rules. You know, I was beating myself last year with all those rules. You don't have to sit down. You have to film everything. You have to, when they say understand, you say no. I don't stand under you and everything.
I stand under no one.
Yeah.
Okay. We've tried to finish it a couple of times.
How do we end, right?
Huh? It's difficult. It's difficult to end. Nada. But you know, again, lovely to talk to you. Inspiring to hear your story. Hopefully, it will motivate
Yeah.
and make other people also, let's say, curious to what we are doing, because we are doing the same thing and we have the same experience. And what is taught us both is that, you know, life is very easy if you choose the path of least resistance. That will mean where you don't think and try to analyze and plan and do everything. This will cause you pain.
Yeah.
Trust and let go.
Exactly.
And this will get easier on a fruit journey. It will more or less go by itself by then.
Because it's simple. But the journey is not. It's not easy, because it's not meant to be easy, and life is is a journey and a big teacher. And it's all fun and never to be taken seriously. That's also something that I.
And if it was easy, everybody would have done it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's you know, but actually, to be honest, for me, and then I'm going back to, you know, what you're meant to do. You will be equipped with the ability to do it. Let's say for first time, like not this December, but last December on the juice fast. Also, how I managed to go through 3 weeks of juice, just like, you know, this will must have come from somewhere. Because I didn't have to dig deep to make this happen.
Yeah.
It just was okay. I'm going to 3 weeks of juice. Okay, let's go. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't something like, you know what I mean.
You guys motivated me, you know, because you did it in December 2020, right?
Yeah.
And I saw like everybody. I saw the transformation, you know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were on the Juice Fest of Josh X, and then they came on some other live conversation of Justin Carpenter and of like at the time there was Marie who was doing a lot of lives, and then I saw like the transformation from some of those people who did the Juice Fest, and I was like, oh, I want to do it. I want that. Because I saw like how they were shy in the beginning, and then they were like radiant and full of energy and looked beautiful because it was just coming out of them, like, and I was like, oh wow, this is. I saw it, and then it was like my starting point. I was like, okay, I'm convinced now.
Yeah, exactly. And this, of course, is when you are in a situation where you find out something. Let's say, like you know, you hear about this. Yeah, we are frugivores and this and that, and then when you get this, like we said before, yeah, that's this is the truth. I'm positive. This is the truth. Then it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to actually do the work when you really believe and really understand that it's the truth.
Yeah, when it comes from you, this feeling comes from you, and only you can understand it.
Yeah.
Because, like Josh X says, you are the creator of your reality, and you are like, it's something we all heard once, but now you understand it even more. You're like, oh no, I am really.
Yeah. Okay, bro.
Yes.
Thanks. Now we're gonna let you go. Thank you so much. Hoping we can do it again when we have something more to bring to the table.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'll be somewhere warm next time.
Hopefully I will be too. We are working on it.
Yeah, we will all meet.
Definitely. Okay, man. Take care. Have a nice weekend.
You too. Take care too.
Thank you.
Love you. Thank you.
Love you. Bye bye.